Hello, today we're doing a quick demo on how to run MinIO in controlplane.com. MinIO is an S3 compatible storage solution and that can run containerized, and controlplane is a multi-cloud platform. We'll start by installing some of the utilities we'll need, and I'll include links to the documentation in the description. All right, so we're going to run npm install to install or update. And after that is installed, you're going to follow the documentation in this link to configure CPLN for your account. And then we're going to go ahead and install MinIO. And we'll get permissions, move the location, and then we can go ahead and apply the file. Now, this file I have here, MinIO demo.yaml, it has a volume set, 10 gigs of disk space, and then it's got two containers. Right, it's got the Nginx Alpine sidecar that's going to act as a reverse proxy for the MinIO container. And the MinIO container actually uses very little CPU, but it does require a bit of RAM. And we're just using the default credentials for this deployment. And I've already set up a GVC called demo for this demo. So let's go ahead and run that. Alrighty. Go ahead and check how we're doing here. Refresh, there we go. Deploy now. Okay, ready. All right, and we'll come back when this is ready. All right, we're back. We've got the DNS for our workload, our subdomain DNS. Let's go ahead and go to connect to our Nginx container. All right, and we can actually do it from here. Just make sure the command is sh, not bash container. Let's connect there. And we're going to, let's switch to console in here. So we can have our VS Code and our console side by side. We're going to connect to the Nginx using sh. Yes. Okay. And what we need to do is check the nginx.com. See, that's currently the default, so we'll go ahead and move that out of the way. Create a new one. And I'm going to start with the console root. Okay, just copy that. Put it in here. Save that, and then test it. Restart Nginx. Alrighty. And then from our workload, we'll click on our subdomain DNS URL. All right, so that just took a minute to connect there. So we'll show you there that it's working. MinIO admin, the default admin login. All right, and there's no buckets, and we can just use this interface to create a bucket. Bucket. Okay, create a bucket. Upload a file. Random image. Also, we refresh. Still there. Go ahead and delete it. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and put that file, another file back in there. All right. And what we're going to do now is we're going to switch to the API route. All right, like I mentioned earlier, just the way that MinIO and control plane are. With MinIO, we can't have both the web console and the API running at the same time without a load balancer. Right, so we're not using the load balancer right now because it costs a little more. So let's get the API working now. So we're going to connect again. Oh, we're still in there. Okay, so we'll just edit again. And we're just going to change port for the root to 9000. That's where the API lives. WQ. And we're going to test. Okay, and then reload. Okay. So if we now go back to the web page, right, notice that it's not going to respond. That's okay because we're going to connect to the API now. Going back to the terminal. Out of the container, Nginx container. Check the directions. All right, so we're going to configure it using the MinIO client. Okay, first let's make a test file. Okay, we made a text file. All right. And then we can check the aliases that MinIO client we already have configured. All right, so we've already got demo configured just for the sake of example. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. RM demo. Again, you can see that it's gone. Okay, so we're going to do MC. We're going to create that alias again, alias set. We'll just call this demo2, so you know that it's different. The URL, which is here. And since we made it the API root, we don't have to worry about the port. And then the username, we're using the default. And the password, we're using the default. Okay, and then you'll see alias is there now. Let's go ahead and make a bucket, and we're just gonna copy these commands one at a time. And make a bucket, my bucket. Okay, we're gonna copy the test file into that bucket to list demo. There's my bucket. Check what's in the bucket. And then we're going to copy that file back to our machine here. Okay, and then we're going to cat that downloaded file, and there it is. And see, I'll just leave that file there for now. See if Aha. Interesting. Oh, so what happened was if I was using the old alias, but because the alias doesn't exist uh in the internet, right? It just created a local folder, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and run these commands again on the actual MinIO instance that's in control plane, right? So let me see the test.txt demo2 slash, actually we need to actually create the bucket, right? So mcls demo2 has the web bucket. It's the ls, let's make a bucket, make bucket demo2 and new bucket. Okay, now let's do mccp test.text. Okay, let's, yep, mccp test.txt to demo2 slash new bucket. All right, it uploaded. mcls demo2. All right, so now we can see the bucket we created on the MinIO instance in control plane. Go ahead, let's see what's in the new bucket. All right, so we see the the file that we just uploaded. Let's check it's in the web bucket, and you can see that file that I uploaded is also in that file that we uploaded through the web interface is also there. Okay, and let's go ahead and try the Python script. Right, so you can see the Python test file is not there. We'll do Python 3 MinIO test MinIO test.py, and then just the URL is going to be https minio.demo.shlams.io. Oh. Oh, that's right. I'll debug that script real quick. See. And let's try that again. Actually, just make a. And there we go. Needed that directory. I made this in a different environment originally. Okay, let's debug. You can see that it created the bucket, and then it created the file, uploaded the file, and then downloaded the file. So we can cat bug downloaded test, and there is that. All right, so there you go. Try it for yourself at controlplane.com or hit up Inertial Labs to get you rolling. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.